There's no question that this past weekend's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series events were good ones for Brandon Sheppard and the Rocket House Car team. A win at Atomic on Friday night, pole on Saturday, laps led, and a third place finish at Muskingum County. We talked on the Sunday Daily Show about Atomic being Shep's first Lucas win since February of 2024. I also wondered if maybe this wasn't the real start of a Rocket 1 turnaround, because even this season it seems like we've seen a few kind of false starts. After B-Shep won the Friday heat race at Atomic and stopped to get interviewed live on Flow Racing, I started getting messages about his car. Sheppard mentioned a few places this weekend that the Rocket 1 was a new car and that the crew at Rocket had been working hard to get it together. Most times when you hear drivers talking about getting a new car together, they aren't referring to chassis redesigns, but instead just a fresh chassis from the builder. In this case, though, word on the streets is this Rocket is another new iteration. The stickers on it still say Rocket XR 1.2, but is this the time for XR 1.3 or 1.2.2 or maybe even Rocket XR 2? Even on just the little stuff we can see that isn't covered by bodywork, there are some significant differences. The big one that's easy to spot is the bar over the driver's left shoulder that goes down in the door. With the angles of the photos, it can be difficult to find direct comparisons that show kind of the exact same angle of the bars, but I grabbed a screenshot from Fairbury back in May when Sheppard was a heat race winner, and we can compare that to the images from Atomic last Friday night. That down bar to the driver's left, kind of over their shoulder, previously was much straighter with the bend a lot higher up. Now that bar is much more rounded, and it looks like it disappears into the door bodywork at a much sharper angle. Also, if you look in front of the driver, that bar on the front left that you often see drivers with their hand on when they're rolling around has been relocated. Before, it was longer, welded up much more closer to the overhead halo. Now it's much lower, actually below that little roof support bar. It looks as though Mark Richards and his team have made some significant changes to the safety cage around the driver. And my assumption is that if there are changes in this area, there are likely other differences as well. Some friends in the late model pit area have confirmed to me that this is a new design and direction for Rocket, but the full scope of the changes isn't quite known yet. That more rounded down bar does resemble what we see on the Longhorn, and that was a comment I got sent a few different times. Not that Rocket couldn't get its hands on a Longhorn if they wanted to dissect it, but B-Shep would also be intimately familiar with those designs given his time as Longhorn's house car driver the previous few seasons. Whatever Rocket has done, it definitely paid dividends this past weekend. I'm sure if the speed continues, Rocket customers will be clamoring to get their hands on one. But very clearly some new stuff happening on the Rocket side.